What's going on, guys? Phil Daru back again. Today I want to go over a common question I've been getting lately on how to reduce the pain of jumper's knee. Now, jumper's knee is nothing but patellar tendonitis. It's inflammation of the patellar tendon. Now, where's the patellar tendon? Well, it lies on the kneecap itself. It's inferior to the knee. It attaches the knee to the tibia. Now, first and foremost, I have to let you know that I'm not a physical therapist nor a doctor, but I will tell you the things that has helped me along the way. I've had this problem before, squatting and getting ready for powerlifting meets, and also my athletes have had this problem, just from jumping and moving around. So I'm gonna give you some tips, some tools, some exercises that can help reduce the pain and also mitigate the injury going further. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so patellar tendonitis. Now, the way you can find this out is you basically take the kneecap and you're going to raise it up and press down into that little area, that gap area there. Now, if that area is, let's say, for instance, very painful or is a little bit tender, that's usually an indication of you having some type of tendonitis and further on into tendinopathy. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're decreasing the inflammation and we're strengthening up the muscles surrounding it, also mobilizing and keeping the muscles that surround it flexible enough so that you can create that optimal range of motion. All right, let's go into some details on how you can do this. Okay, so first and foremost, treatment options. You have to go see a qualified physical therapist first and foremost. Find out what's going on, get an MRI, make sure you know what the details are there, and then you can get with that qualified physician or clinician to help you out. But some things that you can do at home to start off, all right, first thing, obviously, is to ice the situation, right? Ice the pain, make sure that you can bring down that inflammation with that ice so that you can move it around efficiently and you're obviously mitigating that pain there, okay? Also, you want to stretch the hamstrings, you want to stretch the quads, you want to stretch the low back and the hips, okay? All these muscles are surrounding the knee. So what we want to do is make sure that they have optimal range of motion so that your knee can move effectively, all right? Isometric strength. Now, with isometrics, it's been proven that if you do isometrics, it's going to help mitigate the onset of further inflammation. So again, you're gonna be able to strengthen up the tendons and also make sure that you're reducing that pain, all right? Eccentric strength. Again, we're working on building and strengthening up the tissue surrounding the knee. Again, we're talking about hamstrings, quadriceps, even the calves. You want to do eccentric movements so that you can increase the strength in the tendons and in the tissue surrounding it so that you can move it efficiently and also make sure that you're staying safe while you're doing those high level movements, all right? Massage, all right, ART, all right, active release treatment, Grafton, all these types of soft tissue release treatments are going to be very beneficial for decreasing that inflammation and making sure that you're moving around efficiently, all right? And then you want to work on getting some anti-inflammatory foods or supplementation. So curcumin or turmeric, that's going to be very good. Ginger is also really good. And then also fish oils, omega-3s. Put that into your diet so that you can improve upon having that anti-inflammation so that you can bring down that overall swelling and pain inside the tendon so you can move it and do your thing inside the mat, in the cage, or on the field. All right, let's go into the exercises to help increase your overall ability to reduce that pain. All right, so the first stretch that we're gonna do is to make sure that we're stretching out the quadriceps. The way we're gonna do that is we're gonna use a wall, all right? We're gonna do something called a wall stretch or a couch stretch. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get into the half kneeling position, right? I'm gonna take my foot where the knee, let's say for instance, I have right leg patellar tendonitis. I'm gonna go ahead and put my right leg up, foot's on the wall, right? Then from there, I'm gonna drive my hip through, squeezing my glute. And then from there, I'm getting full extension of my hip and I'm also stretching out my quadricep. You'll feel a deep stretch if you do this correct. Make sure you maintain postural alignment, squeeze your glutes and drive your hips forward. Hold for about 1 to 2 minutes. All right, another stretch that you want to make sure you're doing is making sure you're stretching out the hip. So we're going to get into that piriformis. And what you're going to do is you're going to go one leg down. The knee that's bothering you is going to go over the other knee. You're going to pick this leg up, drive it up to get the stretch here in the glute. Then from there, you're going to take your arms and then pull the knee to your chest. You're going to hold again for 1 to 2 minutes. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is a hamstring stretch. Again, we wanna make sure that we're stretching out those muscles that are going to be tight, that are gonna cause that inflammation to occur. So hamstrings, all I need to do is find a base. You could do it with a box. I have a prowler right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and step my foot on here, right? I'm gonna slightly bend my knee, keep my torso upright, keeping good posture, and then I'm gonna drive my belly button towards my knee here, keeping that posture, all right? Stay here, get to the end range so you feel a slight stretch. Make sure the toes are flexed, and I'm gonna stay in this posture for about 1 to 2 minutes. All right, so now we're gonna go into the hamstring eccentric loading curls. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna strengthen up the muscles of the hamstring to help increase that stability and overall strength inside those muscles that surround the knee, all right? All right, so I'm gonna grab a pair of sliders. If you don't have sliders, you can get this from Perform Better, and I think probably your neighborhood or your local sporting goods store should have these. If not, you can find a hardwood floor and something that you could slide on. Just grab that, put your heels on a towel, and you can do the same thing, all right? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put my heels on it, right? I'm gonna drive my hips up first, squeeze my glutes, and then from there, I'm gonna go slow eccentric down, as slow as I can, about 6 to even 10 seconds. As slow as I can on the eccentric, all the way out, and then drop back down, repeat. Okay. You could do about 3 to 5 sets. Again, like I said, 6 to 10 seconds long. So the next one is gonna be a terminal knee extension. So basically what you're gonna do, you're gonna grab a band, you're gonna tie it anteriorly, making sure that you get that good flexion there. So as I go to extend my knee, I'm making sure that I'm squeezing my quad, primarily the vastus medialis. All right, so again, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna squat down. Knee is actually gonna go over the toe slightly and then drive up. Come down, full extension, hip extension, knee extension. Down. Make sure you grab the ground with your toes. You're creating torque and external rotation of the femur. Okay. Now these you can do for a large amount of volume, so 20 to even 50 rep sets are beneficial. You can also do 10 rep sets or 15 rep sets. I like to do this prior to the workout or in between sets, especially if you do have that onset of that patellar tendonitis. All right, and lastly, we're gonna use a double band squat isometric. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna squat down to where the shins are vertical, and we're gonna sit into an isometric hold right here. So now we're activating the quads, the hips, hamstrings, and glutes. Make sure that the knees don't cave in, hips don't shoot forward, knees don't cave in, all right? And you're sitting back, making sure you're putting that tension here on the quads, tension on the glutes and the hips. I'm pushing out with my femurs. I'm activating my hips and my abductors. I'm gonna stay in this position for about 1 minute. You can also hold a dumbbell here to make it even harder. Getting that goblet squat position to make sure you're keeping your upper back nice and aligned and postural alignment is there. And also you can strengthen up your upper back with it as well. Okay, once you're done, just sit up and then you'll repeat the process doing about 2 to 3 sets for 1 minute goes. All right, this can be done again, like I said, before a workout, or you can do it in between your sets to help mitigate that injury or at least bring down that pain to desensitize any type of nociceptors that you have there. All right, again, if you have any questions, hit the comments down below. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know if you have any more suggestions on what you want me to talk about. Again, thanks again for watching. Again, hit the notifications, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Peace.